Hi Libra, this is your May 5th through the 11th weekly tarot reading. We'll have 5 separate spreads in this weekly reading. In the first spread, we'll be looking at new love entry in your life. Spread number 2 is for those of you who are already married or in a relationship. In the third spread, we'll see if anybody wants to get back together with you. After that, in spread number 4, we'll talk about your work, your business, and your finances. And we'll wrap things up with the 5th, the final spread, which will be what you're not expecting to happen this week. Please like, comment, and subscribe to support this channel. This first spread is a new love this week, Libra. We have the Three of Pentacles clarified by the Fool. We have the Page of Swords clarified by the Magician. We have you, the Justice card. In the potential outcome, we have the Hierophant or the Ten of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles, and we also have the Knight of Cups on the bottom of the deck. You could be dealing with a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. We also have Aries, Gemini, Virgo, Taurus, and perhaps even another Libra. But you could be dealing with any zodiac sign. This is a general reading. Libra, I think this is so far the best reading for this week out of all zodiac signs. I'm going in the usual order, I guess, from Aries to Pisces. This is so far, I think, the best, because none of the readings had 3 marriage cards in them, and all 3 are in the potential outcome, Libra. Yeah, the Hierophant, the Ten of Cups, and the Ten of Pentacles, these are all marriage cards, right? So when I see cards like this, it's not really a potential, Libra. There's a really, really, really high chance of you to tying the knot with cards like this. Seriously. All right? And it's like it's the best of both worlds. Right, because the Ten of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles, both are family commitment marriage cards, but the Ten of Cups is all about emotional fulfillment, right? And the Ten of Pentacles is very practical, down-to-earth card. So you got both. You got both of them. So it's going to be very emotionally fulfilling and very practical at the same time. All right? So let's go back to the beginning, right? I just couldn't wait to let you know this, right? But let's go back to the beginning. The Three of Pentacles clarified by the Fool. This is how the two of you either already know each other or will be getting to know each other, right? And the Three of Pentacles, it is a card of collaboration, cooperation, or simply when a group of people get together and do something together. So for some of you, it could be somebody whom you work with, whom you do business with, somebody you hang out with, somebody you are in some kind of a group with, some kind of a club with, all right? So maybe you're joining a new group, joining a new club, or maybe you're starting a new job, or maybe a new person is joining your club or your gym, or somebody's starting at your workplace. Or, like I said, perhaps you already know each other with the Three of Pentacles. Again, as long as it's a group of people, doing something together, collaborating, cooperating, or just hanging out, or, a group of people with common interest. All right. So the Fool, clarifying the Three of Pentacles, could be an Aries you're dealing with. Perhaps you met this person during the Aries birthday season, right? We're in Taurus right now, but right before it was Aries. But the Fool is a card of taking a leap of faith, maybe trying something new, maybe shooting a shot, asking out on a date, or just giving it a go. All right. The Knight of Cups on the bottom of the deck could be a water sign you're dealing with, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. But that's what's coming your way, right? And perhaps it's going to be a little bit unexpected. Okay, the Knight of Cups is the most loving, caring, the most romantic knight out of all for knights. So do expect a very, very romantic gesture this week. The Page of Swords clarified by the Magician. Perhaps they've been watching you. Like I said, if this is somebody who is already in your life, they've been secretly maybe keeping tabs on you, learning about you, following you on social media and things like that. The Magician, clarifying that. It could be either a Gemini or Virgo you're dealing with. Those two zodiac signs share the Magician, share that major arcana card. But the Magician is a card of manifestation, and most importantly, at least to me, the Magician is a card of taking action. The Magician is a very, very action-oriented card, because the Magician's got all the tools they need at their disposal, and they're not afraid to use those tools, right? That means this person is very resourceful, very creative. They can come up with some kind of a plan, some kind of a strategy, plan A, plan B, plan C, and then execute, right? Very creative, resourceful person. Justice in the middle, that's you. I think it's clear as day. That's you, unless you're dealing with another Libra. But since this is your reading, that is you. I think it's a safe assumption. And yeah, going back to that potential outcome, 3 marriage cards. 3. Oh, the Hierophant, by the way, could be a Taurus you're dealing with. And yes, we are in Taurus birthday season. All right, so, but the Hierophant is a card of tradition. It is a very traditional card, and such as a thing such as a traditional marriage qualifies, especially if it's sitting right next to the Ten of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles. You know, this is such a beautiful reading, Libra. You know, 10 out of 10. All right, really happy for you. Congratulations. If you are already in a relationship or married, Libra, this spread is for you. We have the Four of Wands, the Emperor, the Hangman clarified by the Queen of Swords, and the Two of Wands on the bottom of the deck. You could be dealing with an Aries, Pisces, or any zodiac sign. Let's talk about assumptions real quick. I assume you are the Queen of Swords here, Libra. I think it's a safe assumption, unless you're dealing with a fellow air sign. The Emperor could simply be an Aries you're dealing with, right? The Emperor is an Aries major arcana card, but at the same time, the Emperor is a husband figure, spouse figure. It's also a boss figure at work. It could be a father figure, grandfather figure, or like a figure of authority, okay? Or if we're just going to talk about energies, the Emperor could be a card of somebody stepping up and taking control, assuming control, right? The Two of Wands on the bottom of the deck, it is a card of having to make a choice, having to make some kind of a decision, right? The Four of Wands, the first card that came out, it is a card of a family, commitment, marriage, or a wedding, or maybe like a family-oriented celebration, all right? And at the end, we have the Hangman clarified by you, because we established that's most likely you. The Hangman could be a Pisces you're dealing with. The Hangman is a card of stagnation, taking your time, right? And at the same time, the Hangman could be a card of a sacrifice. Maybe you may have to sacrifice something, right? In the name of a family, for the family's sake or something. The Hangman is also a card of like an epiphany or revelation. I don't see the spread as being anything bad or negative, but there is some kind of a decision, some kind of a choice that needs to be made with the Two of Wands, and you're here. You also have the Emperor, so it all depends on who the Emperor is to you. But again, I don't see anything critical or bad happening. All right, perhaps you're going to be like, you know what, I need to think about it. I need to take some time to wrap my head around this. And maybe you'll need to sleep on it. And when you wake up in the morning, you'll have that epiphany. You'll have that answer with the Hangman. All right, cool. Let's see if anybody comes back from the past for you, Libra, this week. Keep in mind, it doesn't have to be the most recent ex. We have the King of Swords, clarified by the Lovers. We have the Ten of Cups, the Four of Wands, and the Empress on the bottom of the deck. You could be dealing with a fellow air sign. Gemini, another Libra, Aquarius. Libra, what the heck is going on? First of all, it doesn't feel like an ex. You know, it doesn't feel like an ex. Perhaps it's just somebody from your past, because this feels like two people falling madly in love with one another, or perhaps falling madly in love with one another all over again. All right, and this spread only has what, 5 cards, and it rivals the first spread. The first spread was definitely like moving towards commitment, and so this spread can also be interpreted as definitely moving towards a commitment, right? So you're dealing with this King of Swords. I assume this is somebody you're dealing with. I'd assume that's not you. But at the same time, if you feel like reaching back out to somebody, Libra, if you're the King of Swords here, go for it. But I assume the King of Swords is the person you're dealing with. I assume you're the Empress. Okay, the Empress is actually one of your major arcana cards. You share it with Taurus, but since this is your reading, I assume that's you. And the Empress is also like a mother figure or a wife figure, spouse figure. Okay, the King of Swords is clarified by the Lovers. The Lovers is a Gemini major arcana card. Perhaps this King of Swords is a Gemini. The Lovers is a card of a choice, but it's not really a choice in this case. No, with cards like this, it's not a choice unless you're choosing your wedding venue, or you're choosing a place to live together. You know, all right, then that qualifies as a choice. I give you that, Libra. But the Lovers is, in my opinion, like the best card when it comes to the actual love connection between two people, right? It's a soulmate card. It's a twin flame connection card if you believe in twin flames. The Lovers could be the love of your life card. And then we have 2 marriage cards, the Ten of Cups and the Four of Wands. Crazy. Crazy. All right, so you do have a spouse figure, a wife figure with the Empress, right? 2 marriage cards, the Lovers, 2 people in love, and you have the King of Swords. Wow, Libra. Wow, just wow. All right? Cool. Let's talk about your work, your business, and your finances, Libra, this week. We have the Nine of Cups, the Four of Pentacles, the Two of Cups, and the Wheel of Fortune on the bottom of the deck. Wow, yet another great reading. It's like, you know what it feels like? It feels like a huge payday, right? Or something takes place on your terms, right? You're definitely collecting, you're definitely receiving something and holding on to it, claiming something. And there's a handshake as a result, right? Let me interrupt. This is so good I did not even have to clarify anything, right? The Nine of Cups, the first card that came out, is a card of a satisfaction and fulfillment. It's a card of a wish come true, right? So this is like good news. You're going to be satisfied. Whatever is about to take place is going to put a huge smile on your face, Libra. The Four of Pentacles, when it comes to work, business, and finances, it's a fantastic card. It's like you're receiving something, right? You're getting something. You're claiming something, right? It's yours to keep. And then the Two of Cups right next to the deck. I interpret this card as a handshake card. Perhaps literally a handshake. For some of you, it's like some kind of an agreement, partnership, signatures, contracts, you know, that type of deal, right? And the Wheel of Fortune on the bottom of the deck, and perhaps it's a very fortunate turnaround or some kind of a start of a new cycle, a very fortunate new cycle. All right? Again, it probably will involve some kind of a partnership or signatures, some kind of a agreement to be signed with the Two of Cups, or maybe just two parties shaking hands and trusting one another. But again, first, you're getting something. You're getting something. Something is going to be on like really favorable terms. All right? Cool. Let's see what you're not expecting to happen this week, Libra. We have the Nine of Wands clarified by the Devil. We have the Queen of Cups clarified by the Ten of Wands, the Fool, and the World on the bottom of the deck. You could be dealing with a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. You also have Capricorn and Aries. Did you know that this Queen of Cups, who is probably in your life, they're struggling with some kind of an addiction? And it could be addiction to a substance, it could be an addiction to another person, or what have you. All right? So hopefully, what you're not expecting is this person to maybe starting to climb out of that. Starting to get out of that. Okay? Yeah, because we have both the Fool and the World. So the World is a card of something coming to an end, a happy end as a matter of fact. And the Fool could be a card of liberation. Right? But everything to the left from the Fool, it's this Queen of Cups struggling with an addiction. The Devil is the addiction. Okay? Addiction. Again, substance, person, other things. Alright? Yeah, the Queen of Cups is most likely a water sign. Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. The Ten of Wands clarifying the Queen of Cups. It is a card of a struggle. For some of you, perhaps, you are finally detaching from this Queen of Cups. Okay? Perhaps you're going to be like, you know what, I did everything I could. Or perhaps this person takes advantage of you. And maybe you were unable to say no to this Queen of Cups. But this week you'll finally put your foot down and be like, you know what, no. That was the last favor last week. I'm not doing you any more favors. We're done. Okay, and that's what you're not expecting. Libra. Alright, so that's what I have for you for this reading, for this week. If this video resonates with you, please like it. Please also comment and subscribe. And other than that, Libra, have an amazing week.